Welcome to another episode of All We Need Is Juan Mike. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button, like us, and tell your friends. All right, everybody, welcome to our inaugural episode here of All You Need Is Juan Mike. I'm Mike, he's Juan. So basically we're giving advice. I'd like to do a little disclaimer. We are not professionals, as it says in our logo. Advice from the unqualified. So do not take this as an alternative to professional advice. All right, so let's hop into the questions. Juan, you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Juan. I actually am a qualified professional, so any advice
Oh,
I give,
see,
follow it.
you learn something new every day.
But, well, I mean, if you're gonna listen to our podcast, listen to my advice because I have good advice. Mike has you know,
All
shit
right.
advice. Okay.
So question number one. This was posted on our Ask Men Advice. All right. And this is posted by Noteworthy Mango. All right. So the subject line, changing my last name to my fiance's. So, hi all. I'm a 26-year-old male getting married in a few months. I decided to tell my fiance I would take her last name. She always wanted to be a doctor, whatever her last name was, and I thought it was something meaningful I could do for her to take her last name. There was no pressuring or anything of that sort. We've talked about what we could do when we got married about our last names, but we hadn't made a conclusion. The main thing was important to me is that our future kids all have the same last name. Didn't seem like a big deal to me to change my name. My family and friends have thought otherwise. This really shouldn't be a big deal, right? What do you think, Juan?
I mean, I feel like it really shouldn't be that big a deal. Like, I wouldn't like if my friends were making fun of me for it. I'd be like, you can still call me by my old last name if like you're so passionate about it. Like, if you care
Yeah,
that much. But like
absolutely.
legally speaking, like who cares?
Yeah, it's true. I agree with you there. I mean,
Yeah.
it is what it is. Um, I don't know if I would be open to it just because I've been called the same thing my whole life. I mean, if my significant other decided not to take my last name, I wouldn't be offended. So yeah, it's not a big deal. Don't listen to your family and friends. Listen to Juan and Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell them to chill. Like tell them they can still call you by your old last name if they want. Like
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely. No, I agree with you, Juan. So yeah, all right, we handled that one.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Problem
You're
solved.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You
Let's see, what was the name here? Oh, Noteworthy Mango. You're welcome.
yeah, no worthy mango. Yeah, you're welcome. All right. I got one from my fangirl. This was posted on relationship advice. It goes, do I need to tell my boyfriend that I'm trans? Okay, it's a big paragraph.
Okay.
Uh, okay. I shortened it down. I will wear boy clothes from now on, and I want people to call me by a male name and say he, him. Do I need to tell my boyfriend about this, or can I forever keep it a secret since I will never transition or use hormones in any way?
Okay. So this person, right?
This
This person
person wants
is
to
it is
secretly trans without like telling her boyfriend.
okay. She's
This,
currently a girl
yeah,
and she wants to switch over to be a guy, right?
yeah,
But she's not going to get
secretly.
the okay.
Yeah.
And but she's not going to do anything like operation wise or
No, no hormones, just changing her clothes and adopting a male name. That's it.
I mean, I guess it shouldn't matter, but I mean, if putting myself in the guy situation, if I just saw my girlfriend dressing like a guy, I guess. I mean, I maybe it's a conversation. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think you should tell
Well,
them
yeah, like you can't
and
keep
be
it
open about.
secret. Yeah, like you can't
Yeah,
be secretly trans with your boyfriend. That's
no,
yeah, like you're
no,
leading a weird double life at that point. Yeah.
that's definitely a conversation. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it depends on how strong the relationship is, I guess, right?
Yeah, it
But
doesn't say how long they've been together for, but
okay.
yeah, yeah, I would
Definitely a
say
conversation you should probably have.
yeah.
And then, yeah, go from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't recommend being like doing it like superhero style,
No, no.
like secret identity. Like, yeah, just tell them. All right,
Tell them
Mike.
outright. All right.
Yeah,
We're moving on. We're moving
yeah,
on. You're welcome. You're
yeah.
welcome, whoever that was. All right. So, next one here. Um, my boyfriend was mad about an age comment, and this was posted in our relationship advice, posted by Thora. Throra. Sorry about that. Throra underscore 030. Okay, so Friday was my 30th birthday. My boyfriend and I decided to do a low key night because we're old and there's a raging pandemic. We went out for dinner, and our waiter looked to be between 20 and 22. My boyfriend had alerted someone it was my birthday because they brought out a piece of cake and saying happy birthday to me. As the waiter was leaving, he made a comment on how sweet it was I was spending my birthday with my dad. My boyfriend got so offended he didn't say anything, but he has been harping on it for the last several days. I don't know what I should do to make him feel better. Any ideas?
So you're out on a date, and the waitress mistook your boyfriend for your dad, and
Waiter
he's
slash waitress. Yeah. And
yeah,
he's early 20s. And
yeah,
then obviously we've got a younger lady here.
yeah, and he
And
just can't let it go. He's just like really tell him to. I don't know. I feel like early 20s. I don't like.
mm,
I feel like this guy must be like either a smoker or have like a really scraggly beard. To be
are you,
mistaken for being that old.
no, so no, that was the waiter, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so the boyfriend is 45 and she's 30.
Oh, the boyfriend is 45.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you said early 20. Oh, okay. Yeah, at that point.
the waiter was in his early
Yeah,
20s. Well,
well,
sorry, I should have.
tell him to get over it. Yeah, I mean,
I mean, yeah,
yeah, like
like
mathematically speaking, he could figure that, right? 45 to 30, let's
no,
say.
15, 15. That's
15 years difference. Yeah, that's true.
no, you
Yeah, that is.
can, but no, I mean, yeah, I definitely have to get over it at a point,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I mean, there's
He's
no advice to give. Yeah, tell your boyfriend to chill. Yeah, and to
it's
accept being
exactly.
old. Yeah.
He's being unreasonable. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, good for him. He's got a younger lady. I mean,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah, tell
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
get over it. Get over it. Oh wait, what was the name again here? Oh, Thora. No, Throra underscore 030. Get over it.
Yeah, tell your husband to get over it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell
Exactly.
him
All right,
that.
moving on. Moving on.
All right. So I have one from Throwrag, actually, not underscore though.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Whoa.
relationship advice. So I started dating my dream girl, but now I found out she has a kid 5 weeks in. So they haven't been dating that long, just 5 weeks.
Okay.
They've known each other for a couple of years. They only started going out recently. After about 5 weeks, she tells me that she has a kid. Turns out the kid, her parents help her raise. I feel cheated because she didn't tell me she has a kid till we were a couple. Apparently, the old dad's in prison right now, and he's
Oh.
asking, "Is this a huge red flag? Like, was it normal for someone with a kid to do this?"
So these two were friends beforehand?
They knew each other very casually from college
Oh wow.
and for a couple of years, yeah. But it wasn't until recently that they started going out. And 5 weeks in, he found out that yeah, she has a kid already.
No,
Yeah,
5 weeks in.
yeah,
No, that's something you got to be upfront
yeah.
about right at start.
That's
I
like
mean,
first date, like kind of
yeah,
questions. Yeah, like tell me about your family.
absolutely.
Yeah, we have a kid. Yeah, five
Huge,
weeks. Yeah, like
huge
maybe
red flag.
second date. Yeah, like but yeah, I would say that's a huge red flag for sure. Like
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Absolutely. Frick. I mean, depending on how strongly they feel about each other, I mean, it's a big responsibility having a kid, right? So,
I'd say
yeah,
meet
I
the
mean,
kid.
but still like huge red flag. Um, yeah, I believe that question's answered, right?
All right, well, here's my advice. Okay, you gotta
Okay.
meet the kid first. Okay, if the kid's a dick, break it off. Like, there's no salvaging
That's
it.
true.
It's true,
That's
yeah,
true.
because he could be a sweet kid, and if he's a sweet kid and you get along, well, it doesn't even have
Oh
to be
yeah.
sweet. Like, as long as he's a neutral kid.
What if the kid's like a
Like,
hockey player, like an NHL? Oh,
oh,
oh, how
that's
old is the kid?
it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
say. It doesn't say.
Okay.
No, it doesn't say. But yeah, like meet the kid, find
if
his
he's a if
personality.
he's a dick, yeah.
If he's a dick, if he throws temper tantrums, if he cries over not getting what he wants, like just bolt it. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
there's no
yeah.
salvaging it.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if the kid's cool, then continue.
Yeah. Not
If
just
he,
cool, like he can be neutral. Like he can, he's a kid, he's gonna have
oh,
his
okay.
flaws. But
Yeah,
he's a
is if
little
he's
shit, then yeah.
socially awkward, depending on what age. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Yeah. No, I think we sufficiently answered that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So my turn going along here.
Mhm.
All right. Let's bring this up. So this one's kind of open ended here. This was posted in our Ask Reddit, posted by Wiscorangy. Wiscorangy? Hopefully that's pronouncing that right. If you could give one piece of advice to a high school student, what would it be, Juan?
Advice to a high school student.
Yeah, one
Okay.
piece of advice.
One piece of advice. Okay. You could go for advice from anywhere. I'm gonna give you some advice that I feel like everyone should be given advice on.
Mhm.
Don't abuse alcohol. Like if you're
Fair
gonna
enough.
get drunk, don't do like shots in a row. Don't chug
Mhm.
beers. Take it at
Yeah.
take it slow. Like and drink water. Like drink plenty of water. That's my advice if you're in high school.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, that's my advice.
Oh, I get it.
What-
I mean, for me, it's like in 10 years, who's gonna care, right? Like, so all these problems that seem monumental right now, like I said, in 10 years, so you won't remember half the people in your class. To be honest, if
That's
you
true.
look through the yearbook, there's people like I don't recall. So yeah, like I said, don't sweat the small stuff. And Juan says, don't abuse alcohol. Two solid points. You follow those two rules, you turn out okay. Look at us, eh?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. You handled that well, Juan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right,
Yeah, here's
moving
mine.
along.
This is a short one.
Okay.
This one doesn't have a story or anything. This guy's just wondering. It's by Herringquisition in relationship advice. He's asking, mentioning marriage on the first date, actually a good idea or not? What do you think? What do you think,
Awful
Mike?
idea.
Awful
Awful
idea?
idea.
I think
Awful
you
idea.
should have like a very vague idea of like how serious your potential partner wants to go. You know what I mean? Like you should at least know if they're just looking, maybe not marriage, but like for
First
something
date.
serious. Well, I think that's
First.
what you should get out of the first date. Like if they're looking for something serious or just a fling. I think marriage is a bad idea though, bringing it up on the first date.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, maybe third or fourth,
Yeah,
but
maybe
first
third or
date. I
fourth.
mean,
Yeah, first date definitely. I
you,
wouldn't even use
you don't
that
even
word.
you don't even know like, if you like the person on the first date, right? So
Yeah.
I mean that's a pretty personal thing. So no, definitely a bad idea. Don't mention it.
Yeah.
You'll be hard pressed to get a second date out of that, right? So don't do that. Whoever
Yeah.
that was, don't do that.
Yeah. Bad
And
idea. Yeah.
all right, moving along here. What do we got? So next one here. So this is posted in our relationship advice. The poster posted by was deleted, so we don't know who this poster is. Okay, so the the tidbit here is girlfriend has a high IQ. Don't know if I can keep her interested in me. So the backstory: I'm not very smart. She's smart. I'm afraid she'll get bored with me because I don't engage in intellectual endeavors like she does, and sometimes I just feel dumb around her. Like I don't know what to say because I don't understand things as clearly as she does. Anyone in a similar situation, how do I deal with it?
Oh, your girlfriend's smarter than you, but you're smart enough to be
Genius. She's a
aware. Yeah,
genius.
she's a
Yeah.
genius. She's genius level smart, and you're also smart enough to
This
know that she's way smarter than you. Damn,
this guy's
that's
dating the female version of Sheldon.
yeah. Bro,
Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do? You got a smarter significant other, Bon. What do
there's
you
nothing you can do really. Like
you don't
just
feel like you can keep up?
just accept it. Like you'll never be able to keep up really. Like if you think like we could tell you to read scientific journals and to study, but at the end of the
Mhm.
day, like those are boring topics too. Like you think anybody wants to like talk about freaking like science and shit like that? Like no, just accept it that she's smarter than you, and yeah, yeah, that's it.
Wow. Well, do you stay or do you leave?
Well,
Maybe
you
you leave.
stay, yeah, you stay. Well,
Well,
If she's being condescending about it, then yeah, obviously like
Oh,
leave. But if she's
okay.
chill and you're, cool, I guess like
Kind of like mean the kid. If she's a dick, then
if she's a dick, yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right, man. All right, no, yeah. I mean, depends on how uncomfortable you feel. Like every day you feeling pretty dumb. I mean, maybe it's time to move on. But if you can continue on, uh, but like I
Well,
said,
like,
if your level of comfort is right,
how bad could she possibly be making you feel? Like, is she looking at microscopes in the living room? You know what I mean? Like,
man. If she's just like, I don't know, just talking about like really high level shit every day, like
that's just boring. Like,
I just
but
picture my conversation, how the Leafs do last night,
if you have the least two,
and
well,
then
you're on
she
the
goes
other
on
end.
her scientific rant. Then, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, scientific.
Conversations are important, man.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah, well, like
Yeah.
I said, so if you can deal with it, if you like her a lot, deal with it. But maybe it's time to move on, buddy.
Yeah, I think so. All right, my turn then.
Yeah.
All right, so this one you might find interesting, Mike.
All right.
How do I tell my friend of 10 years, they're both 30 in their 30s, that I no longer wish to be friends because of his belief that COVID is fake?
Oh.
Bit of a backstory, yeah. This one's a loaded one, Mike. Yesterday
Mhm.
was a final straw. We went out in public to a coffee shop and the topic came up. Once the topic approached COVID, he literally started screaming in the shop how right he was, how it's fake, and how it's like the flu, basically. This isn't the first time he has done something like this. I'm at my wit's end. I'm ready to tell him I don't wish to associate with him anymore. How do I approach the subject with him? What do you think,
I
Mike?
mean, I mean, people are very strongly opinionated on either side of this, right? Uh, but I don't think COVID can be in question. I mean, I think you're making the right call. I mean, I don't know if this person's tried to educate their friend because COVID is definitely real. I mean, so yeah, I mean, if have that conversation first. You've been friends for 10 years, but if it goes south, if that conversation goes south, then yeah, I mean, it might be best to cut ties, especially judging by that reaction. If he's screaming about it,
Just
I
screaming
mean,
at a coffee shop. Yeah.
he seems pretty. She seems pretty imbalanced
Yeah.
already. So yeah, maybe you'd be better off, man.
Here's the thing, like forget COVID. If I were friends with someone and they just started
And they
screaming in a
in a
coffee
coffee shop.
shop in broad daylight over whatever, like I don't care what the subject is, like they're just making a scene. I'd be like, buddy, like let's never speak to each other again. Like,
Yeah, I've never screamed in a coffee
yeah,
shop. I
like
don't remember the last time I screamed anywhere, but
yeah, like obviously, maybe not block him, but tell him politely, like, hey,
yeah,
that's it,
yeah,
TTYN, talk to
yeah,
you
yeah. I
never,
mean,
yeah,
people are trying to have their coffee.
yeah,
This is a this is a place where people come and to not be yelled at.
yeah,
So yeah, no,
yeah,
get rid of this guy.
yeah,
Yeah,
get
now
rid of
that I
him,
think
yeah,
about it,
yeah,
if
find a more
10
calmer
years,
friend.
yeah, find a calmer friend.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, just the 10 years is you had a good time, but now it's time to move on.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Same with us. Time to move on. So, what do we got here? My next question. Okay. So, this one was posted in, so this was posted in our friendship advice, posted by Nighthawk2196. How long to wait to invite someone out as friends after meeting them for the first time? So, this is a couple we're dealing with here. So I met a couple while out and about the other day who seemed really cool, and we exchanged contact info since we're both new to town and looking to meet new people. I passed the idea on to my partner of scheduling an informal double date type thing this weekend, but she said it would be awkward since it's so soon. It's been a long time since I've socialized, so I'm quite new at this. Is it really awkward to schedule a meetup just days after a first acquaintance? What is the ideal time frame?
So if this is just like a friendship you're talking about, there's no rule. Like just call them,
No,
like you can just call them the next day. Like, hey,
no.
let's go get a beer, whatever. You like when it's
Are
like
you are you picturing? This made me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but are you picturing? I love you, man. Paul Rudd.
I have a yeah, I guess, yeah. That's a good movie, yeah. Fish tacos, yeah. But yeah, if it's just a friendship, like who cares? Just text them or call them. Hey, dude, let's go get drunk or let's go have a coffee. You don't have to wait.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're scheduling a double date. I mean, there's no.
yeah,
I mean, the girlfriend needs to calm down here. Like, yeah. I
yeah.
mean,
It's too soon. Like too soon for
a-
what? Like
and if the double date goes like bad, I mean, you never have to see these people again.
yeah,
Like, you know
yeah.
what I mean?
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So don't listen to the wife, drag her along. You might meet two new people that might become your friends for life, or you might never talk to them again.
Yeah, and this
There's
is like you want to be friends with these people. Like the faster you do it, the better. Because if you wait
yeah.
like a week or whatever, they're gonna be like, "Who's this guy again?"
Yeah,
So yeah,
this is
definitely
I
do.
think
Yeah,
it's more weird. You wait 2 weeks. I'm like, who is this guy?
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
That's exactly like two
Yeah.
weeks. I mean, like the fuck this stalker.
Yeah. So get on that phone right now and call them up and schedule that double date. All right, your turn, Juan.
All right. So this one's a funny one. Well, let's see what do you think? Okay, my
Okay.
boyfriend, who's
Mhm.
28, is incredibly boring. What should I do?
Oh
Okay, a
no.
little bit of a backstory. Been dating for 4 months. He's really nice. That's about it. No personality whatsoever.
So
Uh, should I break up with him? Am I being too harsh? Should I talk to him? And yeah, that's the question, Mike. What do you think? Oh, sorry, the freaking cat just came up.
oh,
Say
no
hola,
worries, no
cat.
worries. Hola,
Meow.
cat.
Yeah, it's enchilada, the cat. Yeah.
Oh, enchilada. Guess
Enchilada,
our
yeah.
first guest appearance. First
First
guest
gets appearance, yeah, enchilada, the cat. The needy cat. I have this
It is-
laser pointer to make her go away because I work here. And it's the only way
Oh,
I can get her
nice.
to. Yeah, there she goes. There.
So they've been dating 4 months. She finds him boring,
Yeah, he's just incredibly boring. He's like
but
you levels
but
of
he's a nice.
boring. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what they say. It's hard to find a nice person, right? So he's nice.
Yeah, he's nice.
So
That's about
we've
it. He
established
says,
that.
yeah.
So what I guess what you should try doing is maybe book activities. You know what I mean? See what he's like on vacation. Like go away for a weekend and see if he's still boring. And then if he is still boring, then kind of maybe distance yourself. But I mean, like I said, you've been with him 4 months. He's a nice guy. Don't take that for granted, right? Just try and bring the best out of him. There's enchilada again.
Yeah, shoo, cat, shoo. But yeah, no, that's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, do activities together. I don't know, like 4 months. I feel like that's enough time to know like that his personality is just not compatible with yours. I would probably say that don't even like my advice would be to just break it off. Like if
Oh,
he's
really?
that boring that you're gonna make like a Reddit post about it,
Yeah.
then yeah,
I
yeah. Unless
well,
he's
I'll get
rich, then
this
just
one.
deal
This
with it.
one. This one. I'll agree to disagree with you on.
Yeah.
I say try making a little bit of an effort. Like I said, maybe
Yeah.
a weekend getaway. See how he's like over there, wherever you are. If you're camping or if you're who knows what neck of the woods these people are from. But yeah, just make an effort. I say you say break it off. So
Yeah.
you got two options there. So you're welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
All right, moving on.
I think it's
Was-
yours, right?
Oh, we'll edit that out.
Edit what out?
Forgot it was my turn.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So this one was posted in our friendship advice, and it's posted by Neat Commander. All right. My best friend coworker is 30 years older than me. Is that okay? So I'm a 30-year-old male, and one of my best friends is 60 at the moment. Her and I get along well. Everybody thinks I'm crazy and gives me dirty looks. But to be honest, we understand each other great. We talk a lot each day, sharing ups and downs and trying to fight toxic people at work. There's no intimacy or feelings. It's just pure friendship and helping each other. I'm married for over 2 years, and she recently lost her husband yesterday. So me and her son made her feel better by helping her around the house. She's more like a mother to me. She stood by me and defended me a million times from people that were talking shit behind my back. Even my parents think I'm crazy, but the truth is I get along with people older than me rather than people my own age. So Is it okay to have a 30-year-old coworker as your best friend or 30 years older than you?
I mean, I definitely say it's okay in the sense that like there's nothing wrong with it, obviously. Uh,
Mhm.
I do see why people would judge you because it is pretty rare to,
Yeah.
you know, because like I don't know, when you think best friend, you want someone that you can like kind of relate to, you know what I mean? But I
Mhm.
mean, if you get along with that person, then yeah, it's who cares? It's fine. It's
Yeah,
fine.
you can be friends with whoever, right? But
Yeah,
yeah, no, but I would definitely also try and reach out to people my age, right?
yeah,
Because I know this is a horrible way to look at it, but she's getting on in years, and I mean,
yeah.
there might be a point where it comes, well, I guess you can't judge that, like you can't be
30
afraid of losing
years, it's
someone.
a long like
Yeah,
gap. Like I would definitely like be friends with someone like that older than me, but for me to classify them as like my best friend, like they would have to
yeah,
be it would be hard because like you have like not much to like relate to with each other. So yeah, good for you
no,
for being friends with someone, that
yeah. So
much
I
older
say
than you.
I say remain friends, but branch out a little bit more. Try and find
Mm.
people your age. I
Yeah,
don't think you're crazy, like your friends and family. I mean, if you get along with this person, then great. I mean,
yeah,
but like I said, just kind of put yourself out there a little bit more.
yeah, for sure. That's good advice. All right, Mike, I
All
got
right,
one last question.
all right.
Did you have one more after this one?
We'll do one more after this one,
Okay.
after your question.
So listen to this one. My
Okay,
boyfriend eats expired food.
okay, okay.
The main thing that bothers me is when I find something old, he'll say, "Oh, I'll eat it." The other day we were making breakfast and I noticed the eggs were expired by over a month. He said, "Oh, we can
Ooh.
still use those." I told him I don't feel comfortable using old eggs, but he said as long as they smell fine, enough for to make me some. He happily ate his rotten eggs and surprisingly did not get ill. Why is he like this, and how can I tell him he needs to stop using way past expired foods? If we ever have
Okay.
kids, I don't want him making them 2-week-old pasta, which he has
Well,
tried to eat before I managed to stop him.
so I will say this. So it depends on the food, obviously. Eggs, definitely not. Milk, definitely not. Anything dairy. But I mean, like for example, I bought like these like salad toppers from freaking Dollar Tree, and I mean they're expired, but I mean the worst that can I feel like I'm not a medical professional, but the worst that could happen, I don't know, like they don't taste good, right? So it depends on what the food is. With eggs, you definitely have to have a chat. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to feed expired eggs to your kids. So yeah, it's just definitely a conversation that you have to have, and I mean, you better put your foot down because he could potentially get really sick.
Well, that's good advice. Yeah, have a conversation with him.
And it
Here's my
depends on the food,
advice.
right? Depends on
Yeah.
the food, right?
All right, here's my advice. Okay.
Yeah.
The marriage is cursed, and you should run while you can. Anyone that eats expired food, in my
Death
opinion,
wish. Death wish.
they're just like waiting to die early. Like you can show this to my
Wow.
mom and she'll be mad because she always tries to feed me expired stuff, but eventually
Oh,
it's gonna be too expired. So
wow.
I'd
No,
say no.
fair enough.
Yeah.
There are
So
no gray areas with Juan.
the marriage is cursed, yeah. So just
Cursed. Marriage is
run.
cursed. Do what you can to get out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you stay,
All right.
just live your life to the fullest. I mean, at that point, just eat whatever you want and enjoy it while
Exactly.
you can. Yeah.
All right. Moving along here, Juan.
All right. Last question, Mike.
Last question. Last question of our inaugural episode here. Oh, what do we got? So, okay. So, I'm going to go with this one. This was posted in our Ask Reddit, posted by, I'm not going to pronounce this right, Ali Bench. Ali Bench. I hope I'm pronouncing it somewhat right. So this is kind of open-ended as well. What social customs do we need to retire? And there's a couple examples given here. Touching pregnant women's stomachs without consent, making couples feel obligated to have giant fancy weddings. So what social customs do we need to get rid of, Juan?
So here's what that I don't know. I don't like having like a big extravagant like wedding, like you said, that one.
Oh yeah,
And
50 grand for one night.
yeah, 51 for one night, yeah. Uh, Also, this might be controversial, but I feel weird when people throw like huge like funerals. Uh,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like not like normal people, like celebrities, you know what I mean? Where like the whole
Mhm.
crowd will show up and like throw flowers. Like it's sad and all, but I don't know. I just find that so like should that be retired? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Mike?
Well, obviously, I'm gonna do a cop out with this one. Obviously, we're already starting to get rid of it, but handshakes, right?
Oh yeah.
There's no reason anymore to shake someone's hand. I mean, fist bumps just as sufficient. Uh, I mean, with obviously with the pandemic, I mean, I find like I've gotten a lot less sick in the last couple of years. I used to work at the front of an office, and I would shake everyone's hand, and I was sick probably, I don't know, once every couple months, right? So yeah, get rid of that handshake. I never want to see it return. You know, you sometimes you get the sweaty palms, you get you get scratchy hands, you get all sorts of things, right? So get
Moist
rid of the
hands. Yeah.
oh
Oh, when someone
speaking
gives you the dead fish, that's
dead
always the
fish,
worst.
that's always
The
awkward.
dead fish
Or
handshake.
when you give somebody like you're not prepared for it and you give somebody else the dead
The dead
fish,
fish.
you put your hand out, you know, you're not ready for it, right? So yeah, we're get rid of the handshake and never want to see it again.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, that's a
yeah.
good one. I kind of agree with like touching pregnant women's bellies too.
Oh God,
That's always seemed kind
I
of
would
weird to
never do
me.
that.
Yeah, like
What kind of creep would do that? That's brutal. Oh my God, you're pregnant. Let me touch you.
yeah, let me
I'm
touch
like,
you. Yeah, let me
oh, no
invade your
thanks.
personal space.
I mean, how is it different from like you touching a guy's stomach? Like, you know what I mean? Like, get off me, right?
Oh, dude, can we talk about gender reveal parties?
Okay, all right.
Why is
Oh,
that a
I feel
thing?
like
Like
this is a good
who?
question.
Yeah, who
Oh,
came
yeah.
up with that? Like
Oh, yeah.
I okay, I'm not a conspiracy theory
It's a
stuff, but
boy.
I feel like that whole day event was made by a marketing team somewhere to sell freaking
Oh, yeah.
balloons or something.
Pink and blue powder, the powder companies.
Yeah,
I mean, screw starting a podcast. We should start a powder company
yeah.
and just
The
wow.
deep powder
And
company. Yeah.
oh, and then we just hang out in front of pregnancy clinics.
Just selling our powder. Wow, how are we not
Powder
millionaires
salesman.
yet?
Juan Mike Powder. Oh
One
man,
mic,
I
yeah.
like it. This might be our only episode.
Yeah, sorry guys, we're gonna start our own powder company now.
Yeah, but we definitely pissed off a lot of people with this. All the people watching
Yeah,
that
all
have
the
had a
people that have
gender
had
reveal
gender
party.
reveal parties using copious
There's
amount
so
of
many different
powder.
ways.
Yeah,
You know, you can start your car ignition and it comes out pink or blue, or
yeah.
you know, you cut the cake and it's pink or blue. And
That
then
one's normal. You know, the cake. You know, it's because you're
yeah,
gonna have a cake
yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
Car emission though, like who the fuck would?
Oh,
How
am I
would you even
getting
bring that up? Like, do you bring that to a mechanic? Like,
depending on who watches? Am I getting some trouble for that? But yeah, I mean, I think maybe a text message is sufficient.
access a Facebook
It's a boy
status,
or
yeah,
a girl. Oh, a Facebook
an
status to save a lot
Instagram
of money.
post, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like normal people
But
used to do back in the day, yeah,
yeah, we got a little off track there, but that was a good one.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
So, um, yeah. So, how are we wrapping this up? Are you gonna thank everyone, or am I?
I guess I will. Thank you, everyone. Okay,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. That's one in a nutshell. So yeah, thanks for watching the Juan Mike podcast. Hope you gained something from this. Hopefully, you're a better person than you were 20 minutes ago, half an hour ago, whatever.
Wait,
So yeah, thanks for joining us.
wait, why are we thanking them? Like we should be. You're welcoming them. Yes, like this is advice that will
Oh,
save you. So you're welcome.
exactly. Make sure to leave this part in. But yeah, you guys are welcome.
Yeah,
And if you don't listen to us, you're missing out.
you're missing out. Yeah, on this sage advice. Yeah.
Idiots. I'm
All right,
but anyways,
I'm hitting stop now. Okay.
all right, sounds good.